Welcome back to Spit Like a Girl podcast. This month, February, is Love Your Lymph Month. If you have been into my office recently, you know that I have stickers. I love a good sticker. I tried to get my client yesterday to get a sticker for his dog, but he said no thanks. Most of us have heard of the lymphatic system. Usually when we go in to see our doctor, they check our necks, they're checking our lymph nodes. To see if we're sick, but few of us actually know what it does day to day, right? So let's clear the air with a quick game of what it is versus what it is not. It is not your circulatory system. Your heart is a powerhouse. It's an automatic pump that pushes blood through your body, whether you're running a marathon or napping on the couch. The lymphatic system does not have a central pump. It's more like a manual bicycle. So if you don't pedal it, it doesn't move. And we can talk about e-bikes another day. If you are sedentary, your internal pipes essentially become stagnant pond instead of a flowing river. So a lot of times when I talk to clients about their body, I say, well, you kind of feel like maybe, a pond that has lily pads on top and underneath it's a little like green and a little stagnant. So that's your visual. The body's primary waste management system is the lymph system, the lymphatic system. It is your frontline defense. Think of it as a massive network of sewage pipes that picks up kind of like the cellular trash, the excess fluids, and even viruses or bacteria that don't necessarily belong. It carries this trash to your lymph nodes, which are basically tiny treatment plants, since we're going with the sewer analogy, where your immune cells scan the fluid and neutralize the bad guys. When your lymph is moving, your immunity is high and your inflammation is low. So it is not just for when you're sick. You should not just care about your lymph if your glands are swollen or not. If you wait until they're swollen to care about that, you're clearly behind. Swelling is the system's way of saying help. Everything's piling up, and now we're just stuck. Your energy engine is also affected by your lymphatic system. So when your lymph fluid gets thick and sluggish, so that stagnant feeling, you can feel heavy, foggy, and bloated. Moving your lymph is like giving your body an internal car wash. It clears the brain fog and makes everything run smoother. So if there's no pump to move all this fluid, how do we get the trash to the treatment plant? Well, that brings us to breath. And if you watch my videos from last month, you already have kind of the secret weapon in your toolkit. So breath really, really helps move the lymph system. I know what you're thinking. I'm at my desk, I'm on the couch, I'm in my car. I can't really go for a run right now, but here's the good news, you don't really have to. So you can literally drain the lymph system while you're sitting. So we're gonna do 2 moves now, so you can start thinking about this. The first one, most of my clients know I do it often, is the collarbone tap, and I call that kind of opening the drain. So we have to open the drain to the lymphatic system. This is the terminus. It's located right in those little hollow dips right above your collarbone. So sometimes I'll work here, sometimes I'll work a little bit below, but if you can find the 2 points here, you're in the good section of where you need to be. So I just take 2 fingers and you give them a few taps. You can go I would say up to 20 maybe, just kind of light taps. And so all the lymph in your body eventually drains back into the blood here. And if this drain is backed up, it doesn't matter how much you move your legs, the fluid has nowhere to go. So a lot of times I talk about you have to clear the first thing, and then you can work on the next lower one down, which is lower one down. It is your legs. So you also have a massive concentration of lymph nodes in your hip creases, where your legs meet your torso. So if we're sitting for a long period of time, this is what often when you're flying for long hours, sometimes people will say to be careful of your circulation. Some of my clients wear compression stockings, but really what we're talking about too is your lymph system. So while you're staying seated, you can just lift your right knee a little bit towards the ceiling, 6 inches off the ground, and do kind of a slow motion march. And we'll just do, 5 to 10 on each side. So by lifting your knees, you're mechanically pumping the inguinal nodes on that bottom part of your lymph system. So you're kind of waking it all up. Now, if you want to go deeper, you can go to my breath videos from January, which is breathing into the new year, right? And so deep belly breath is a good engine that drives the moves. You can make it a goal this week every time you hit, join on a Zoom call or finish an episode of the show. You can give your collarbone a tap and your legs a march, and that will just help you love your lymph in February.